Welcome back. Royer from Jersey, AKA River City Seal Coating, Chesterfield, Virginia, here to take this newly poured equipment storage barn and make it even newer. Get this out of here. All right, how do we get there? Great question. First of all, repeat customer. This is a customer that we did a few months ago. Try to drop the video right here, if I remember. Took care of him with some awesome colored, I think he's a Giants Flakes or lion colored flake. So repeat customer had a new equipment storage barn poured, and he was super thrilled with the way his garage turned out. He said, hey, get back here. Let's make this equipment storage barn look the same way. So here we are today, coming through. This is poured about 2 months ago. This is a new slab. So we're gonna be coming through today using our grinder to grind down the surface of the concrete, starting in the back, working our way to the front. And that is going to give us what is known as the CSP profile that we need, concrete surface profile. So right now, if you were to pour on top of this, or pour our system, it's very smooth. Ideally, if you could you don't need to scarify it or grind it or shop blast it. If it's a broom finish, say your contractor comes in and does a broom finish, nice horsehair finish and has a lot of bite, odds are you can get away with it, coating it, just as long as it has a nice rough surface. This, on the other hand, completely smooth. He wanted the floor flat, so you can rank them from its FF level, floor flatness level, so he wanted it super flat. So we're gonna come in, grind down, expose the white cap. Once we're done with that, there's gonna be some repairs. Some structural repairs that he mentioned that happened the day of the pour. He said the concrete got a little bit hot on them, and literally the day of, he noticed this one already start to crack. So we got a few repairs to have happen right here. We're gonna use our CFS 2-part Polyaura Crackfill, and definitely should take care of this problem. Ideally, concrete settles it really settles after the first 10 years of being poured. So we can't guarantee that crack is gonna go away. Who knows? You know, depending on the subgrade and temperature and freeze-thaw cycles, that crack might expand, but we're confident with the system that we're gonna be putting down, it's going to eliminate that, fuse it, and make it go away here. So, gonna be doing that, doing some repairs after we're done grinding, and then we're coming through with our 3-part epoxy system. We're gonna be starting first with a 93% solid epoxy primer, and that is gonna go soak into the newly freshly ground concrete surface profile. It's gonna weep in 7%, if you will, mathematics. It's gonna go into the top surface of the concrete, fuse it, give us a nice layer for the intermediate coat to live on. So we're gonna come in, after we're done doing the epoxy primer coat, doing an intermediate coat, and then we're gonna be throwing flake on top of that. I don't know the flake off the top of my head. It's a beautiful color. It's a blend, red, white, blues. It might be Reliant. I'm not really sure off the top of my head. Gonna be throwing flake to full rejection, and then coming back in tomorrow and doing our signature Polyaspartic top coat. I think we're using the 1C top coat versus the 2C 2-component. Might be a little more different, but we're outside, so he's not gonna have any issues with that. So that is the game plan. That's the rundown. We got a lot of friends here. What is this guy doing? Oh, I hate beetles. Beetles are so weird. Come here, buddy. Come here. Get. I'll get my guy. A lot of beetles here. So when we're done, these June bugs. Is it June? It's July. So we're gonna have to, when we close this up, we're gonna make sure that no bugs impede the walkway here, because these guys will get stuck in the top coat. So anyway, I digress. That's the game plan. Grind, repair, epoxy, flake, top coat. How are we doing it? HTC 800, 900-pound surface grinder. This is a planetary surface grinder. This is a rotating, these big discs in the middle all spin independently. So we got one big disc in the middle, rotates along with these bad boys right here. And these are interchangeable diamonds. These are 25 grit medium soft bond diamonds, or medium bond diamonds. Basically, concrete's ranked from 0 to 10 on the Mohs test. I'll show you how we do that in a second. And depending on how hard the concrete is, we'll go ahead and we'll change these diamonds as necessary. So as you grind down, the bond that holds the diamonds together gets revealed, and the diamonds reveal themselves, and it scratches the floor. So we're gonna be using, I'm gonna start, once I scratch it, it's probably like a medium. I'd say it's like a 5 or 6 from what I'm looking at. So these blues might work out well. I might keep them on there. Check it out, see how we're grinding, and then dial it in from there. So that's our grinder that we're gonna be using. Someone made a comment last week. He said, can you imagine bringing 3 guys, a big grinder, a vacuum, a generator, 2 trucks, all to a concrete garage coating job? It must be, You must be doing it for So, I love our Circus. Customers love our Circus. This is a 3-ring Circus that no one can emulate and replicate. First of all, regardless of the methodology that he was talking about, he would still have to bring this trailer with a smaller grinder, a smaller diesel generator, and a smaller vacuum. So logistically, doesn't make much more sense than already what I'm doing. Plus, I have a 480 kilowatt diesel generator, and this powers everything. So he was mentioning that it's a Circus, yada, yada, yada. I can't imagine bringing all these people. That's fine. I'm in the middle of the video. Thank you, buddy. I mentioned that he can't imagine bringing all this equipment to just a small garage coating job. And I said, listen, we bring it to the big jobs, we bring it to the small jobs, we bring it to these big 4,000 square foot warehouse we did last week. So we bring it everywhere, and customers love it. They wonder why we're different than a one-day flooring company. So when someone shows up with a little portable generator and a small little vacuum and a little Mickey Mouse grinder trying to get a floor done of this size, this is the difference. This is the difference. Look at this, look at this, look at this vacuum. Look at this grinder. Look at this trailer. Look at the hand grinder over there. So yes, it is a Circus, but I love my Circus because no one can touch it, replicate, and emulate it. And still, the only difference between my Circus and that gentleman's Circus was the diesel generator. So what he would have to do, he'd have to take his little generator and plug it into the customer's power. You have to take it, plug it into the washer dryer outlet, 280, whatever voltage that you need to connect to a household power. And number one, I feel like that's completely unprofessional and sketchy. We're not electricians. Why would I want to connect my power, all this equipment, to a customer's house? They're probably working from home. They might have vital equipment. They might have air conditioning. They might have sprinklers. So if I were to trip their power running a smaller grinder, a smaller vacuum, and a smaller whatever, because you can't run this equipment off this house. You need 480. You can't do it. So risk tapping into their power, fires, insurance, power goes out. They're on a work call from Zoom, and they have to now I shut down their power because I didn't have the equipment to do the floors the right way. And I wanted, can I tie into your power, please? Oh, let me get my screwdriver and burn down your house. No, thank you. So I appreciate the dialogue. We had a good discourse. Listen, we were both kind of on the same page, agree to disagree about some things, but that is my 3-ring Circus. That's the vacuum that keeps everything completely dustless. This is what powers the grinder. And over here, this is the whole operation. This is the 480 kilowatt Doosan Whisper diesel generator. This is a beast, folks. You can't, this is, I could power this house. I could power that house, that house, that house, that house, that house, that little, oh, look at a horse. Oh, this is, oh yeah, I remember this place because it was a, Carlos, move your head. No, you're in the way of the horse. There you go. Look at that horse. Beautiful horse. Okay. All right. Sorry, I get distracted easily. So this is what powers everything. That's the leader of the Circus here. So I'm gonna get my tripod set up. I'm gonna grind it. I'm pretty sure I'm not missing anything else. There's sundries and everything. I'll kind of walk you through the material when we're there. George is getting it straight. Gonna be using an epoxy primer, intermediate coat, and flake over there. You know what, let me just show you the flake over here now. Let's see what color we're dealing with. Is it Reliant? This is custom. Oh, we got a custom blend this time. Oh, it looks like the one we did for the baseball barn. Very similar. Is it the same color? Oh, this one looks sweet. They don't look sweet. Red, black, grays, whites. Now it's gonna look fun. So that's the gist of it. That is a hand grinder. All right, 8 minutes too long. Sorry to go on my diatribe about the Circus, but that is the difference between my Circus and other circuses and why my Ringling, Balaam, and Barlam and Bailey Circus is the best circus. Okay, folks, set up the tripod. Let's dance. just like that. We are down to the white cap. So we want to see, folks, that's what we want to see. Nice, clean, white concrete. Let me show you crack filling. Carlos is already on right here. All right, 2-part polyurea crack fill. This is a very simple mix here. We've got part A and we've got part B right here. And so basically what we do, it's a 2-part material. So one is going to activate the other. You take part A, part B, and you mix it in approximately 100 and 100, or a half a ketchup bottle to a half a ketchup bottle, depending on what you were doing with it. And so we're going to come around here and we're going to fill these cracks. As you can see, a lot opened up as we started to grind the floor. So you got about 2 minutes to get this stuff out on the floor. You want to be, you don't have to be super neat with it, but your goal is to get it in the crack. And yeah, so it's gonna look like it looks wet, obviously, to start. It's a very viscous material. This is gonna weep down into the pores of the concrete and kind of work its way up from the bottom. So as it dries, it turns to a gray colored material. And then, yeah, we have to come back in through one more time and we grind the floor after we're done with that. So that's kind of what it looks like as we start to fill. We got, look at those little cracks here, man. This is a new slab. Unbelievable here, unbelievable. All right, George is coming through doing the prep work. And yeah, gotta go through, gotta get this stuff out quick. If you don't get it out quick enough, it's gonna turn into congealous. It's already starting to do it right now. You gotta be quicker, Poppy. Let's go, gotta go. You're gonna lose it. And ketchup bottles are kind of hard to find out in the wild. So the goal is to get it out of the ketchup bottle as soon as possible and onto the floor. Sooner rather than later. He's at the threshold of, this is like right at the, you better hurry up, you're gonna lose it. He's gonna run. In worst case, you get your trash can nearby. Yeah, that's done. And you squirt it, the rest in the trash can. So, that is the methodology. Keep a trash can handy. CFS, 2-part polyurea crack fill. All right, let's go. Alrighty, step 3 of 4, complete. That's it, down to the white cap. We got everything ground down. Got all the touch-ups and cracks have been addressed with the 2-part polyurea crack fill. Came back through one time, got the scratch that we need on top of the cracks. Transition lines have been cut. What we like to do here is basically we'll drop the floor down. We'll score a line where the rubber meets the outside of the edge, and then that's where our epoxy edge is going to end. Concrete out there, concrete in here is going to be with the flake. Epoxy is not UV stable, so you don't want it to extend further out to where the sun's going to hit. So we had 3 transition lines to cut there. 1, 2, trace. That's done, came back in. All the taping off has been done. Attention to detail. People are like, I can't believe you tape. Why do you waste your time taping? Oh, like, you guys are professionals, all right? Everybody's a professional. Anywho. What else? This is it. I'm trying to drop the floor. These are the tools of the trade. We're gonna be using an 18-inch Wooster roller right here. That's gonna be using for the back rolling. This is our squeegee. This is our 18-inch LDPE something, abbreviation for chemical resistance. That is a squeegee that has walked miles and miles. And then the 6-inch roller right here. It's gonna come in and do the edge work right there. Those are the tools. We got the spike shoes over yonder. I call them my teacher shoes because it sounds like the principal's coming in to take me into the office. Trauma. All right, and this is it. All right, 2-part. Part A, part B. This is it. This is epoxy primer, CFS. Pause. If you haven't already, I will drop the link this time. Jason, this is his YouTube channel. Check him out. This is the epoxy primer kit. So this is a 500 square foot kit. Comes in part A, part B. And what's good about this stuff is it's a little bit more cost effective than the other pre-mixed epoxy primer that we've used. So basically all we have to do is just mix it ourselves. So you get, oh, there she blows. One is a catalyst, one is a hardener. So basically once you mix these two together, your material is gonna start to activate. And what we do with this is we add a primer. This is the other step that we have to do. So depending on the color of the flake that you're gonna be using, we will match the base of the color to match somewhere kind of ish in the flake. We're doing a medium gray here. So we're gonna mix this all up into a bucket. And then once it's in the bucket, we're gonna mix it up nice and around the sides, up and down. And then we have about 45 minutes, 30 to 45 minutes with this kind of heat that we're having here to basically drop it on the floor. I'm gonna squeegee it out. I'm gonna only show you guys this once because I don't wanna deal with it again. Squeegee it out, it's a 500 square foot kit, so I went ahead and I pre-marked, this is a 30-ish, it's like 29 by, I came out like 15 feet for 500 square feet. So from this little square right here is 500 square feet from yonder to yonder. So that's 500 square feet. That's 500 square feet between the two pieces of tape. And that's 500 square feet. 500 square feet with a little bit of extra on the end there. Not too worried about that. We should be able to stretch it over there. So I'm gonna squeegee it out, jump over these joints. They opted to not fill the joints, which is a good, correct solution. You don't want to fill these joints. They're designed to expand and contract. So I'm just kind of like puddle jump. Going to pour ribbons out, squeegee it across the floor, back roll the primer all the way across the floor. Once the primer's done, we're gonna mix up the same process. Intermediate coat. Intermediate coat is a 100% solid epoxy primer versus the 97% epoxy primer. So that is going to be the 3 buckets in the back are the intermediate. This is the primer, 500 square feet. We should definitely have enough for this 1,400 square foot garage. And then, yeah, once the intermediate's done, same process. Squeegee, back roll, and then on that, I'm gonna be throwing the flake. I showed you that earlier. This is a custom blend. So what's important to get right, once you start your intermediate mixing and you back roll, you've got, again, 45 minutes-ish to get your flake in there. So I'm gonna squeegee it out quick and then back roll it, get my flake down, and then, yeah, should have no issues here. Just wanna kind of have a plan of attack. George, if you can, let's get a little tape right here. George, real quick. Let's put a little tape right here just in case on the door. Sometimes when you back roll, it's gonna splatter a little bit. Don't want too much getting anywhere it doesn't need to go. There's some rain coming tonight, I think. We gotta hurry up. I gotta stop dilly-dallying. All right, I'm gonna set my tripod up. You got the gist. Hopefully I can set my tripod up here somewhere. I don't know, we'll figure it out. I probably gotta keep that door open for the light. All right, we'll figure it out. Gotta go, bye. Alrighty, day number 2.5, and we are at a standstill. Let me show you what happened here. My guy's completely lazy when it came to taping off the front entrance of the Garage, usually when we do the garage floor, we will pull the garage door all the way down, leave a little bit at the bottom, and cover it with plastic tarp. And then normally we will put a piece of tape across the whole extension over here versus just strips, because when it rains, water is going to come through and it's going to run down the ridges of the door and then get on the floor. So we averted a disaster. Luckily, the epoxy was set up before the rain and the water or the puddles hit it. We got really lucky here. But today when we came to do the top coat, it is still a little too damp in the front of the apron here. So you can lift it up. I can kind of get I still feel water on my hand. So if we were to scrape and put the top coat on top of that, we would encapsulate moisture and it would be premature to failure. You get like algae in there. It would just be gross. So of course, I don't have full sun here. So we're gonna have to go seal coat some driveways. I can't do anything at this point right now. I gotta wait for the sun. Hopefully, where are we at? It's 8:30. It's gotta make its way somewhere over yonder to get on this and make it, to start drying up here. So that's what happens when you don't do the correct preparation to do the door. Always draw your door down, put plastic across the top, and then use tape and seamlessly put tape across the whole door so you don't have to come back at the middle of 10 o'clock at night in the middle of a rainstorm and then send me pictures of how you did it correctly. So I'm a little frustrated this morning, a little bit perturbed. It's a waste of my time. It's a waste of my money. Woosah, let's go look at the horse in the back and calm down. I'll be back here in a little bit. Alrighty, day 2.55-ish, something like that. We are back. Sun is where I said it needed to be, and look at this. Perfect timing, exactly where we needed it to be to start helping cure. So customer helped us out. He had a nice little fan that we've been running here for the last, 4 to 5 hours. So we're back. Everything looks good here. So pay attention. I'm only going to explain this once. I'm not probably going to film the scraping part because it's like watching paint dry. So what we're going to do now, we threw, in case you missed it yesterday, shame on you, and you're skipping this part. What are you doing? Why are you doing that? But we came through, we ground down the floor, epoxy primer, intermediate coat, and then we flew a custom blend of flake here. So now we have to go through, the name of the game is to scrape up the excess flake. So I'm gonna go with my scraper, handy dandy scraper. I'm gonna apply about 15 pounds of down head pressure on the scraper, and I'm gonna go scrape all the way across the floor. I'm gonna go north to south, then east to west. I usually go north to south 2 times. So I'm gonna go all the way up, all the way back, all the way up, all the way back, all the way, and then go east to west, or west to east, depending on which way you're looking here. So all this way. So that's what I'm gonna do. Team's gonna come up. My guys are seal coating right now. My beautiful wife should be here in a minute. Don't know where she's at. She's somewhere here, but she's gonna help knock this out. Gonna get this scraped up, blown out. Nice to, gotta make it nice and clean in here, and then do the Polyaspartic top coat. I'll show you that in a second when we, once we get cooking here. So not gonna film this part. It's I have a lot of other videos like that. I'm gonna save my data, save my film, and go from there. So let me get to it. Bye. Alrighty, final phase underway. All right, got everything cleaned, scraped up, north, south, east to west. Really important when you scrape, consistency, consistent. You wanna go all the way north to south. You don't wanna zigzag, you don't wanna cross hatch, you don't wanna do anything crazy. Nice and consistent across the floor. And make sure you get enough up. If you don't scrape well enough, you're gonna leave a little bit too much flake on the floor. And then when you do your top coat, it's gonna absorb a little bit more material, kind of sucking into the valleys and gorges there. So really important to do a clean scrape. Got everything, the joints cleaned up. Got the transition line nice and clean, beautiful for a clean finish right here. And that's it. It's the top coat that we use. It's CFS, Concrete Floor Solutions 1C Polyaspartic top coat. So this is a 97% solid polyaspartic. So it's gonna evaporate 3%. So gonna evaporate just a little bit. You got about 45-minute working time with this material. Really high quality material. Both the 2C and the 1C that we use here. This one has a little bit more, this one smells a little bit more than the other stuff that we use here. So yeah, other than that, both really high quality materials. Check out Jason Concrete Floor Solutions right yonder. Ooh. And yeah, so key with this, I'm gonna, 1C, you don't have to mix it up. You take it, put it in the bucket, and you don't have to mix it up. It's already it's ready to go. So the way it activates is when you start to squeegee and back roll it, the air activates the material inside. So I'm gonna pour 4 gallons into this bucket, get it all out on the floor, squeegee, consistent. and then do my back roll. So I got my door shut down. Lighting's not the best here. I'm gonna put my tripod up there. Hopefully angles work out, but everybody gets the gist. That's what I'm gonna be doing here because I'm not gonna explain it again. So next time you see this floor, shiny, signature, orange, peel finish, and let's get it. Alrighty, done and done. Signature Polyaspartic top coat has been applied. This is it. Final results of a lot of love, a lot of labor, a lot of TLC on this bad boy. It is hot. It is July 3rd. It is the day, obviously before 4th of July, so I wanted to get this finished before the weekend and get the weekend off here. So, mission accomplished. So, what did I learn on this one? Make sure you put down the plastic on the doors. Don't want to have any issues with water coming in here. On that, pretty simple. Pretty simple. Yeah. I got nothing. For once in my life, I might be speechless. Call me Gal Gadot. I do not know how to act. I don't know how to act right now. But I'm gonna take some pictures. Happy July 4th, everybody. Thanks for tuning along. 1,300 some odd subarinos. Appreciate every single one of you. Yeah, like, subscribe. Happy 4th of July, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye.